Hello, folks, and welcome to another let's call it an odd build. You've already seen the thumbnail or the title, so I'm assuming you know. Garth gave us permission to take care of the Zombugg. Now, it's been a while since we've done a frame-off mod, but we already know that it's going to be lifted. The key is to start with the correct car. The Land Cruiser is the only large rubber tire car that I have, so that's pretty much narrowed down. In retrospect, I could have gotten away without drilling the pegs, but I was really excited to get this build underway. They didn't have to, but as usual, the pegs come out first. Well, that's the tires sorted, but what about the body? This one looks really good, but it's got the wrong rear window. Plus, it's the drag version, so modifying the frame could be sketchy. Now, this modified dune buggy version is already pretty close, but it has a California rake, and I'm just not willing to fight that to level it. Also, there's no hood, and the back half of the car is all motor, so no go. This one here checks all the boxes. It has the proper rear window and bonnet, no crazy rake. I think we've got our Zombugg. Let's get started. You know these pegs have to come out too. I'll pull these axles out and harvest them for later. I like the look of this frame. It's pretty flat on the bottom, which should make putting it back together much easier when I lift it. I don't think this dune buggy version will work for our lift either. The back end is much lower than the front. Maybe a Big Air Bel Air? It's closer, but I want it to look almost cartoonish, like the real thing. I think we need to go higher. While I work out the logistics of the lift kit, let's get the body off to the goo. Pretty sure I figured it out. I'm going to use a Matchbox Scout as our suspension donor. See, the height is just silly enough to not look ridiculous. Well, maybe you could see if I could get my camera to focus. Oh, there we go. The wheels and tires are a little smaller, but it should be just about the right height. It's time to tear apart another one. What do you say we take care of that rim design and get them printing? The initial test print and fit didn't work out so well. They were a bit too small, so naturally I had to print another set. Alrighty, let's get this body cleared off and shined up for primer. Just like the real thing, the wheelbase is just about perfect. I'll still have to cut out the lift to attach it to the existing VW frame though. After I trim all the excess off of the lift, I'll glue the two pieces to the frame and get it painted. Yeah, these wheels are definitely better. My OCD isn't letting me go any further until I see how it looks. Sweet. I figure primer will be the last step for the night. That's not bad, right? Okay, so I'm going to trim down some of the side pieces to make it roll a little smoother. After this, I'm going to get the body into paint and start working on the stressing. And moving on. This is some really expensive paint that I picked up for a NASCAR build I did about 2 years ago. It's a little light for the Zombugg, but it'll be alright to recreate what is essentially a cartoon car. The interior is going to be pretty easy, I think, though. Paint it black. The new rims look great, so let's get them on some axles. Well, how about that? It rolls. Sorta. I think it's time for some rust. The brown is a bit dark, but again, cartoon car. Plus, the orange paint and the toothbrush will soften it a bit. Okie doke, let's move on to some decals. Once I've got the decals on, I'll pass it off to Foggy for the stressed white. I really just keep her around because I can't see detail down to this size. I'll put a couple other things together, but how about some glamour shots?